Hi everybody. Today I want to talk about the question as to whether we should be stocking potassium iodide. Um, so, first question is, do you trust Putin not to start a nuclear war? That's your first question. Uh, Next question. If there is a nuclear war, which way will the wind be blowing? How far will the wind blow? I think you guys can remember the fires that were burning in California and Arizona, and the wind blowing it all the way to the East Coast. Imagine if that were nuclear fallout. Uh, do you know where the bombs are going to fall? Do you know if there's a blast, will you survive the blast? And then, if you do, will you be living with radioactive fallout? And if so, for how long? Um, if you don't stock potassium iodide, would you be able to obtain it within 4 hours of the blast? The sooner you take it following the blast, the more effective it is. For comparison, how long did it take us to build up an adequate supply of N95 masks and make COVID testing kits readily available following COVID? I think that took a little longer than 4 hours. Do you know what infrastructure would be remaining following a nuclear blast in order to obtain things that you don't currently have, such as potassium iodide? So potassium iodide will provide limited partial protection to the thyroid gland. It's potentially toxic if it's not used correctly. And depending on the levels of radioactive iodine in the environment, the public health and emergency response officials and healthcare providers would be making recommendations as to should it be used, who should be using it, what ages, sexes, pregnancy conditions, etc. Those who should be getting it and those who should not be getting it. But one thing seems pretty clear to me. If you don't have it, then you won't have the option of getting the protection from it. So what does radioactive iodine do? Well, it concentrates in the thyroid gland. And when it gets there, it can cause thyroid cancer over the long term. And it can also, if the dose is high enough, it can cause hypothyroidism. In other words, your thyroid's just not putting out enough thyroid hormone, and then you would require having to take thyroid hormone replacement therapy the rest of your life. So I'm including a link to the CDC, which provides more detailed information regarding potassium iodide and its uses in protecting the thyroid from nuclear fallout, specifically radioactive iodine. And I just want you to stop and think whether maybe you should keep some around, because if you don't have it around, chances are you won't be able to get it fast enough to have the option of using it. Thanks for watching.